Hey everyone, I'm JimClassic, and you are watching Geekin. This is going to be a quick video. You know, I just got back from the movies. I finally saw Black Panther. I loved it. It was such a good movie. This was a really, really fun movie to watch. This is obviously part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It is like the 18th movie since Iron Man, which takes place in the same universe, in the same continuity. And Black Panther is, well, for lack of a better terms, is one of Marvel's C or D listers. He's not at the top of the comic book food chain. He's one of the more, I don't want to say obscure. I guess nothing within Marvel is considered obscure anymore. But he's not one of your top tiers. He's not the Spider-Man. He's not X-Men. He's not the Fantastic Four. He's not one of the A-listers. But aside from that, Marvel has built up a reputation over the past 10 years, over the past decade of making these really good movies that, Black Panther and things like Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man were so successful. Of course they were going to do Black Panther. And it was good. I'm not going to do what I usually do and just babble on about the movie, even though I might still be babbling on about the movie, but I'm not going to be going through plot points. So our main character is T'Challa. He is the newly crowned king of Wakanda. His father, the previous Black Panther, died in Captain America's Civil War, and this movie takes place, maybe days or weeks afterwards. So it's within that short period of time. A lot of these Marvel movies take place within a very short time of each other. And one of these days I'm going to have to marathon that shit and just watch them all, which will probably take me a weekend or two, really. But yes, it takes place shortly after Captain America's Civil War, where T'Challa is being crowned king. He's torn if he's going to be a good king, and part of the movie is his steps to figuring that out. What kind of a king is he going to be? Is it going to be like his father, or is he going to do his own thing, or is Wakanda going to follow the nationalist shut-in system that it's had for thousands of years, or hundreds or thousands of years, or whatever. Wakanda, as they established in the movie, is really not that different, not entirely different from America today. America is not too big on foreigners, from illegal aliens or whatever. And there are some people that are arguing about this country being the world's police force, which, I'm not going to really get into all that business, my opinions on any of that, but, this movie established Wakanda is kind of the same thing. Wakanda is a nation which has, has evolved beyond 21st century human civilization is currently. I mean, with Iron Man, Iron Man built the suit, with the electromagnetic thing on his chest, that constant generator. I forget what it's called. It just doesn't stop. But the electromagnetic generator, and then of course you got Captain America with his shield. You got the Hulk with his gamma radiation. So Iron Man kind of opened up the flood doors. Like in the current Marvel movies, you see like the Quinjet, and you see like the holographic computer displays, and you're seeing all this stuff, and it's like, okay, well, this is kind of interesting. It's still above our means in current 20th century, life. But Wakanda, where we are currently, where Tony Stark and Iron Man and the Avengers and Shield are placed in technology, Wakanda is like up here. Wakanda is way beyond anything Tony Stark has ever done in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, okay? Wakanda is at the level of anything you would see in Guardians of the Galaxy and the alien planets. So, in the terms of technology, Wakanda is at the top, and they their public image is that they are a third world country because they do not want to help out the other nations. They don't want to bring in refugees and you know, kind of share with the world their secrets. And this is a tradition which they have maintained. This is a standpoint that that country has maintained. And so that is one of T'Challa's struggles in the movie. Is that really the best way to continue? And apparently his strength is enhanced due to the vibranium in his bloodstream. I don't know how that works. I'm not sure if that's in the comic books or not. I don't know. I have no context in that. But apparently, Black Panther does have enhanced strength due to the vibranium that I guess he ingests. I don't know why no one else in Wakanda ingests the vibranium, the liquid vibranium. I don't know, but it's only T'Challa, Black Panther, apparently, which has this this enhancement, and it's because he's the king of Wakanda. It's a tradition that the king must, do it, etc., etc. But anyway, so yeah, the movie was fun. You got a lot to see the culture in Wakanda. You got to see how Wakanda formed, its civilization. You got to see a lot of the characters. There are a lot of female warriors. This movie had a strong female support staff. In fact, T'Challa's entire entourage was pretty much made up of women, and we're talking like the really just this super Amazon type, women. I mean, it's like wow, gosh, I love a woman in uniform. But no, really, these were great female characters. These were great, I guess you could say female role models. Obviously, I'm not a female. I'm just speaking at this from a man's perspective. But these are female characters that I would say would be good role models for girls. I mean, if I had a daughter, I would want her to maybe not model herself after them because, they were warriors, they were fighters, but that kind of strength of character, I would say were great examples of that. And I mean, just to go on a quick tangent, I'm looking at you, Ghostbusters reboot, all right, where you absolutely goddamn failed to produce strong female characters. Black Panther really stepped up and did that. If you go on Twitter, there's a lot of people comparing Black Panther and Ghostbusters reboot and saying, oh, because the trolls and the racists hated Ghostbusters, they're going to hate Black Panther. And absolutely not. Black Panther has proven to be a really good movie, where the Ghostbusters reboot fell flat on its face. And actually, I check Twitter, often enough. A lot of people are finally starting to realize this. They're finally starting to wake up to that frickin' movie, and so yeah, okay, I'm getting off that Ghostbusters, high horse thing. I'm getting off of the I told you so. But anyway, back to Black Panther. Now, of course, obviously we have the villains. We have Claw, who was in Avengers 2: Age of Ultron. And, of course, we have Killmonger. I know the actor's name, Michael B. Jordan. I don't remember what his civilian, his in-canon name was, other than Killmonger. I really enjoyed Killmonger. There's one there's one certain consistency when it comes to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and a lot of their villains are one and done guys. They're introduced in the movie, they're killed off in the same movie, with the exception of Loki, of course. He's the guy that survives. He's been in at least 4 movies. Thanos, but Thanos really hasn't done anything to get his ass handed to him. I think Loki is the only guy that's actually survived any of these movies. Just about every Marvel villain has bit the dust. I think Abomination survived at the end of The Incredible Hulk, but he's not even seen or mentioned ever again. So, I mean, I guess he's still alive. I guess that. All right, so Loki and Abomination are the only two that's actually survived any of these movies. Um, and that tradition holds firm with Black Panther. Um, but spoilers, I guess. But I did like Warmonger. He was kind of a sympathetic villain in some cases. Um, I, I don't want to get into ethno-political, opinions or anything like that. I don't know really what the proper term would be, but I mean, he's a character who's kind of hung up on his own. The word is I'm looking for. He's kind of playing the role of the victim and the villain at the same time. Like, I guess he feels victimized about the sins of our ancestors and stuff like that, and he allows that anger to take control of him, and ultimately that's what brings him down. But yeah, he's just one of those guys. He's one of those characters that he cannot let the past die. What happened with the past has poisoned him as a person, and that poisoning has led him to be the villain that he is in the movie. And it was in some cases it was a sympathetic situation. It was like I kind of do feel bad for him. We all get caught up in that situation where we all get caught up with hate sometimes, and does that hate consume you? And with him, not only did we see the Marvel supervillain, where he wanted power and control, but at the same time, we did see elements that he was a human being too, that his evil actions were fueled by some very human emotions, and that's not something you do normally see in a lot of these Marvel supervillains. I mean, I think his name is Yellow Jacket and Ant-Man. I think he was just some greedy fuck. Ironmonger, he was just some greedy fuck. Abomination, he was. You know what? I would just say he was a soldier, just doing his job, maybe, an overzealous soldier. I guess that would be Abomination's role. Um, Ronan the Accuser. I would say he was the most one-dimensional villain ever. He just was a xenophobic racist, and that was it. That was all that Ronan the Accuser was all about. And so, I mean, a lot of these Marvel villains can be pretty one-dimensional, and I thought Killmonger was a pretty three-dimensional guy. That's a rare thing. It's a rare trait in a villain, and I think they pulled it off. A lot of the stuff that's going on that you saw in Wakanda, it looked like I guess, not that I've ever been to Africa, but a lot of it I guess you could say was traditional African art or African inspired art with a lot of modern day music with an African beat to it, and you saw the culture with the citizens that even though this was an advanced technological society, they still held on to many of their traditions. Just with the rite of passage for T'Challa becoming king, and just a lot of their clothing was both modernized and traditional. I'm not saying it right, but there was definitely a tradition that the background characters all faced and all lived up to, I guess, continued, even though in this modern technology, this modern society, I don't know, it was really cool. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I really enjoyed seeing that modern 21st century African, culture in a fictional country. I will say this: I did see some awesome movie trailers. Ant-Man and the Wasp, that was actually a pretty cool trailer. It looks like Ant-Man's getting his own sequel, which is awesome. Looks like this is going to be like a fugitive on the run type of movie. Don't know how they're going to do that, since I think he's technically an Avenger now. Oh wait, an Avenger. Oh, he's. Oh, wait a minute. 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 He probably was on Cap's side or something. I guess he's a. I guess he's a fugitive because of the whole Civil War issue. So anyway, that looked like a fun trailer. Um, the Deadpool 2 trailer looked pretty funny. You know, he's teaming up with Cable, just like in the just like in the thing, just like in the thing, just like in the post movie credits in the first movie. That was awesome. So yeah, there was that. A couple cool movie trailers. There was another good movie trailer too. A Wrinkle in Time. I'm curious about it, but I have no. I never read the book as a child, so I don't know much about it. I kind of want to check it out. Oh, Solo, a Star Wars movie. Um, Love the trailer. I saw the teaser trailer around the Super Bowl. Liked that. This was a really nice trailer. I'm hearing bad things about the Solo movie. You know, the behind the scenes stuff. I'm hearing some negative stuff, but I'm still looking forward to it. That trailer did make me a little bit more excited than I was before. So, definitely saw Chewbacca. Obviously, we saw Chewbacca. Looks like we saw Lando Calrissian. I'm pretty sure Maz Kanata was in there. You know, like going heralding back or forward, however you want to look at, to Episode 7, The Force Awakens. So I'm pretty sure we saw Maz. And I'm all right. All right, I'm getting a little bit more on board with this. I didn't entirely buy that Han Solo. You know, in the few clips that I saw him, but maybe it'll grow on me. Okay, wrapping up. I think I've gushed enough about this, but I really enjoyed Black Panther. This was a really good Marvel movie. It had good story, good characters, good villains. Another thing which I really enjoyed was this movie was a standalone. This movie obviously referenced what happened with Civil War, but we weren't crowded. We weren't, you know, they didn't shoehorn in Iron Man or Captain America or the Hulk. Even well, Hulk is off on another planet, but this was, you know, it was pretty much Black Panther, Wakanda, you know, few, but you know, it was a standalone, and that is kind of a rare thing these days with the Marvel movies. You know, with Thor Ragnarok, we had the Hulk, and with Captain America: Civil War was pretty much Avengers Part 3. And you know, sometimes I just felt like they're shoehorning some of these guys in, and with Black Panther, it was they kept everything within the confines of the movie. You know, nothing really needed to extend out, and that's good. That's great. That is great that a movie within the Marvel Cinematic Universe can still do its own thing without the other characters getting involved. I loved that. I hope we actually see a few more Marvel movies that can do their own thing without the whole gang just showing up. So yeah, okay, I think that does wrap everything up. Go watch Black Panther. You won't regret it. It's probably one of the better Marvel movies. It might be one of the best Marvel movies that they have done. One of the best Marvel movies that they have done. That I think I am pretty confident in saying that. All right, well, I'm JimClassic, and you have been watching Geekin' It.